Today I would like to discuss the solid waste management part 3. Dear students, myself Dr. Digna Varghese. Contents of the presentation: plastic, pollution due to plastics. Plastic. What is plastic? We know plastics are a wide range of synthetic or semi-synthetic organic compounds that are malleable and so can be molded into solid objects. The word plastics derived from the Greek word plastikos, that means capable of being shaped or molded, and which also in turn from the plastos, meaning molded. Plastics first introduced in 1907 with the invention of Bakelite. Bakelite or polyoxybenzyl methylene glycol anhydride was the first plastic made from synthetic components. It is a thermostatic phenol formaldehyde resin formed from a condensation reaction of phenol with formaldehyde. Bakelite was developed by the Belgian-American chemist Leo Henrik Baekeland in New York in 1907. He was known as the father of plastics industry. Bakelite was the perfect material for making telephones at that time. Plastic pollution means accumulation of man-made plastic products in the environment to the point where they create problems for living organisms and their habitats. Most of the used plastic materials end up on landfill sites where they contaminate with the soil. Most synthetic plastics are persistent, polluting in the sense that they are quite resistant to the environmental degradation processes. They are thus responsible for the accumulation of polymeric solid waste materials in the soil. As they remain undegraded for a quite long time, they can cause acute environmental problems. Being composed of toxic chemicals, plastics pollute not only soil but also air and water. Further, plastics can cause serious damage to the environment during its production process and during its disposal processes. There is no safe way to dispose plastic waste. Adverse effects of plastic pollution. Plastics, when dumped into the soil, there for 100 years without degradation and prevent the essential seepage of rainwater into the soil and thereby precariously affect the groundwater and underground water levels. The major chemicals that go into making plastics are highly toxic that we know and pose serious threat to all living beings on the earth. The noxious substances emitted into the atmosphere during the production or burning of plastics: ethylene oxide, benzene, silenes, etc., that can cause an array of maladies ranging from birth defects to cancer, damage the nervous system as well as the immune system of humans, and also adversely affect the blood and the kidneys. So, stop burning plastic that kills. So, stop burning plastic, it kills. Poisons and toxic gases from the plastic burning that can pollute or destroys our environment, that means our air, our soil, our water can polluted by the plastics and also destroys our children's future. Plastic defies any kind of attempt at disposal, be it through recycling, burning, or landfilling. If we are recycling the plastic, it is relatively uneconomical because the product is of much lower quality and thereby necessitates the production of more new plastic to make the original product. When burnt plastic is burning, plastic releases a host of poisonous chemicals including dioxins into the air that can cause birth defects to cancer and also nerve related problems, kidney related problems, etc. And get rid of plastic through landfills, that is also dangerous because toxic leakage from the landfill results in contamination of the soil and our precious water bodies, that is streams, lakes and other water bodies by deadly chemicals including cadmium and lead. The waste mass also impedes the flow of groundwater. Plastic waste is often mistaken for food by land and marine animals and thereby endangering their life. Plastic clogs their intestine and leads to slow starvation and finally leads to death. Plastic waste causes the clogging of drainage systems also. Chalk drains provide excellent breeding grounds for mosquitoes and besides they cause flooding of low-lying areas during the monsoon. That we can see in our city lives, there is clogging of drainage systems occur due to some waste materials including plastics. So a small rain occurs that can cause flooding, that we can see in our monsoon times, flooding in low-lying areas. Control of plastic pollution. Cut down the use of plastic. We have to cut down the use of plastic, otherwise it can create so many environmental related problems. To reuse the plastic bags again and again without throwing them away is one way to bring down their production. Plastic bags can be replaced by bags made of paper, jute or cloth. The use of biodegradable plastics for making the products that find routine use is a way to bring down the production of conventional plastics. We can see from the picture our water bodies and our land are polluted by the plastics. So the marine animals like turtle, large fishes or small fishes, even polar bear affected by the plastic pollution. And here the plastics eaten by the fishes, they can clog down their intestine and due to slow starvation that may lead to death. And we can see from the picture the albatross eaten by the plastic materials and they come to finally death. And when we cut down their intestine or stomach of the bird, we can see so many plastics are there. They mistakenly eaten plastics as their food. So we have to control the use of plastic that will cause our environment and all the living beings in the earth. Biodegradable plastics. Most of the thermoplastics and thermosetting plastics being used at present are rather non-biodegradable and can cause massive environmental pollution. Biodegradable plastics are degradable and not produce environmental pollution also. Many naturally occurring polymers like starch, cellulose, etc. are particularly those with the ester groups are potentially biodegradable. The process of degradation proceeds through hydrolysis in the presence of non-specific esterases produced by soil microorganisms. Products of degradation are quickly metabolized by microorganisms. So, if biodegradable plastics using to make bottles like this, we can see in the picture, that can be degraded and that can cause no environmental pollution. The naturally occurring class of polyesters are biodegradable polymers, for example, polybeta hydroxyalkylenate. These may be represented by the general formula shown here, that is OCH, CH2CO, CH2X, CH3N times. A member of this class, polybeta hydroxybutyrate or PHB, where X is equal to 0, so that is PHB, synthesized by the bacterium Alkaligenes eutrophus, which uses PHB as an energy storage medium. PHB is a crystalline but brittle, and the higher members of the biodegradable polymers of the class produced by the bacterium, that is produced by the PHB bacterium Alkaligenes eutrophus, as well as by another bacterium like Olivorans, that can produce polybeta hydroxyvalerate or PHV, where X is equal to 1. The toughness of PHB can be improved with copolymerization of its monomer beta hydroxybutyrate, that is HB, is done with its next higher homologue beta hydroxyvalerate, that is HV. It is totally degradable by the soil. These polymers are totally degradable by the soil and sewage microorganisms. Further, the same susceptibility to bacterial attack makes it unsuitable for long-term food packaging applications. We know most of the food items are packed in the plastic covers. So, biodegradable plastics not used for long-term food packaging applications. This plastic is at present used on a small scale for the manufacture of cosmetic containers. One other potential biodegradable plastic or polyester is polylactic acid, that is PLA, produced by the self-polycondensation of lactic acid from the bacterial fermentation of starch. The polymer breaks down into lactic acid in the environment and can be metabolized. It is used to make wound clips and stitching threads for bone surgery. So it is degraded. This polymer is also present, but it is expensive. Here we can see common biopolymer sources, that is polylactic acid PLA, that is obtained from fermented plant starch from corn, cassava, and also from the sugar beet, and polyhydroxy alkylanates PHAs, that is extracted from bacteria produced via the fermentation of glucose or sugar or lipids. And other one is thermoplastic starches TPS. Starches from plant materials are heated with water, then mixed with plasticizers or other polymers. These are some common biodegradable plastics or polymers and their sources. Everyday use of biopolymers: biodegradable coffee cups or paper cups with a PLA lining to make the paper waterproof. PLA has the second largest production volume of any biopolymer behind TPS. It is also used in plastic films, bottles, and food containers also. PLA and used for in the manufacture of plastic cutlery, that's biodegradable. TPS is also used in food waste bags and some magazine wrappers. PHs have fewer uses, have medical uses such as in surgical sutures. There are some advantages and also disadvantages. Use of bioplastics is increasing, but they are still account for less than 1% of the global plastics market. Conditions for biodegrading: combustible plastics need specific conditions to break down and take much longer to do completely if they go to landfill instead of being recycled. However, they still break down faster than the conventional plastics. Biodegradable plastics are more expensive than the normal plastic derived from the fossil fuels on weight basis and require land to grow raw materials. However, the greenhouse gas emissions associated with their production are lower also. Important classes of synthetic biodegradable polymers: there are PHBV, a biodegradable polymer, is obtained by the copolymerization of the 3-hydroxybutanoic acid and also 3-hydroxypentanoic acid, that we can see from this scheme. 3-hydroxypentanoic acid undergo copolymerization with 3-hydroxybutanoic acid and giving PHBV. Uses: preparing specialty packaging films and also used in orthopedic devices. Another important biopolymer is nylon 2-nylon 6. It's a biodegradable polymer, is an alternating polyamide copolymer of glycine and aminocaproic acid. That is, glycine undergo copolymerization with aminocaproic acid forming nylon 2-nylon 6 polymer. Another one is polycaprolactone and cellulose derivatives. Blending commercial thermoplastics with the polyalkenes or polyacrylates, polyvinyls, etc. with a biodegradable material like starch that is cellulose derivatives, is another method that has been tried to produce effective biodegradability. Thank you for listening.